Hi, I'd like to talk today a little bit about the energy of disappointment. When we don't allow ourselves to feel the natural and necessary feeling of disappointment, we become discouraged. And I had to record, this is probably my ninth or 10th take. I've been interrupted a couple of times, so I had to stop and allow myself to feel disappointed. The physical sensations that were happening in my body, the pressure in my head, the queasiness in my stomach. And I had to sit and breathe into that to even begin to restart and do this video, or I would have just said, oh, the hell with it, I'll go watch TV. And so I want you to think about how often you feel disappointed, and instead of really processing that feeling of disappointment, feel that energy, you just allow yourself to be discouraged, and it stops you from pursuing something that you really want. And so I'll give you an example. I saw a meme on Facebook yesterday and posted it on my page, and it said, many people feel tired not because they're doing too much, but because they're doing too little of something that sparks a light with them, right? So I feel like that's what's happening a lot in this world is people feel drained. We're working in corporate roles that maybe pay the bills, but maybe don't fulfill us. And I feel like if you're watching this video, then there's something here for you. There's something for you to look at your life and saying, what do I want to be doing? And I'm not saying that you should quit your job and go pursue, whatever full time. Maybe it is. Maybe that is something you want to do. But maybe it's just more something that, because you felt discouraged, because maybe you didn't feel like you had something to contribute, that you've not listened to that little voice inside of you that said, hey, I really want to go do this. And it doesn't matter whether it's you want to go buy a bunch of art supplies and start painting, and it's something that you've wanted maybe all your life, and you've never taken any lessons, and you're just not even sure if you would be any good at it, but it's something that you would want to do. Or maybe you want to learn how to dance, ballroom dancing. For some reason, the foxtrot came up when I was thinking about doing this video. So maybe that's something that you want to do. Maybe it's a career that you want. When I was having these discussions with some people that I was laid off with Motorola 20 years ago, one of them wanted to go start like a martial arts business. It's something he had always wanted, and he went and did that for a while. But it's there's a saying maybe by the Buddha that says, if you do the work that you love, you'll never work another day in your life. And it's not that you won't get up and work, it's that it won't feel like work. And I think for many of us in our jobs that we have, it feels like work because we're not doing the things that feed our soul. So I would encourage you to allow yourself to feel all the times that you maybe have tried something and it didn't work out, and you allowed that feeling to go unprocessed, and it added to this thought that you had in your mind that, well, maybe that just wasn't the right thing. And I'll give you another real world example. I've probably watched the documentary on Nolan Ryan about 4 times now. It's called Facing Nolan. If you haven't seen it, I think it's on Netflix right now. It's really good. And he wasn't very good. I mean, he's good enough to get to the big leagues, and he always had a big league arm, but he wasn't the legendary Nolan Ryan in the beginning. He had poor mechanics, and it wasn't until he had a pitching coach that really helped him improve his mechanics. I mean, he thought about giving up. He thought, maybe this isn't for me, and he even says that in his documentary. Maybe this isn't for me. And if a guy like Nolan Ryan can have that thought, I think a lot of us have this thought that maybe this just isn't for me. And I know that I've certainly had that thought. But here's the thing. If it wasn't for you, you wouldn't have that little voice inside of you that keeps putting putting that thought in your ear saying, I really want to go do this. You wouldn't have that feeling in your heart that says, that feels this longing to go and do this. Like I said in my first video, being on videos in front of the camera, this is not comfortable for me. But the desire to share the things that I've learned over the course of 30 years, it's a voice in my head that never goes away. And it wakes me up at 4 o'clock in the morning with ideas of things for me to share in these videos, and it will not shut up. And when I see other people doing the things that I know I can do, like I went to a one-day Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat in Houston many years ago, and everyone else was really into the information, and my wife, Pratima, she was really into it, and we were discussing it that night at dinner, and all day long, the only thought in my head was, I can do what he's doing. I have a message to share. I have the skill set to stand up in front of all these people and share that. I can do that. That was the thought that was in my head. And to me, it seems like the most natural thing in the world, that my life has kind of prepared me for those opportunities. But to other people, that's really abnormal to even desire to get up in front of hundreds or thousands of people. That part of it doesn't bother me all that much. The part that bothers me is not pursuing the things that I know that I need to be doing. And so I think that for those of you that have made it through this far, there's a little voice inside of you that's telling you that there's something that your soul is pulling you forward and telling you that you can be doing. And I don't know what that is, but if you want to contact me, I could probably help you explore that and find that. And thank you for listening, and we'll talk further.